What up? We are here. It's April. April, man, it's the fourth month out the year. You know, first month out the year, man. In April. You know, I've been seeing a lot of like back and forth for like gender wars, you know what I'm saying? Male versus female and stuff like that. And I just look at it like, y'all gotta understand, don't let these podcasts influence you. You know what I'm saying? Podcast. Don't let these podcasts influence negativity. Because what be going on in these podcasts, you gotta understand that they just be saying shit just to say it. You know what I'm saying? They just say things that's triggering because they want you to react to it. A lot of these people be really miserable. A lot of these people be single. That's why they have so much time to go on there and spread negativity. Yo, bro, I love the work, man. Fuck with you work since. For sure, man. Always. You know, you say you can't in Ohio. Okay, Ohio. I'm from Michigan. That's where I'm at right now. But yeah, don't let these podcasts influence you negatively, man. Because what be happening is they'll be saying some shit like it's true. And you gotta ask yourself, what makes this individual right? You know how many people it is in the world? So for this one person's opinion to actually matter and to be actually valid and right, especially when it's something negative, you gotta understand, like, it's a good chance that they're just talking. It's like people putting it out that, you know, talking about women, talking about men, you know what I'm saying? Like all of that kind of shit. You know, so don't let these podcasts influence you negatively. Because what happens is when you're dealing with a woman, a lot of women be solid. Shit, I know a woman that's more solid than men. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people trying to put that poison in you to make you believe bad things about people. So that's why I say, don't let these podcasts and all that shit influence you in a bad way, especially when it comes to people. Because at the end of the day, we all live on this planet with tons of people, with tons of experiences, tons of influences and stuff like that. Everybody's situation is different. People don't realize that we don't even have a stage. We don't have a stage no more to be disagreeing with each other. We don't got no stage to fight each other no more. Like, shit, this the time that you really got to stick together. This time you got your girl, and it's time to stick with it because it ain't too much out there right now. And I'm not talking about as in good-looking women or whatever. It ain't too much as in trustworthy people, people that got your best intentions at heart. You know what I'm saying? Like how niggas were just being players once upon a time and having 20 bitches. It's like, yeah, that shit was cool for them in that era, but right now, it ain't cool no more. Because you could wake up tomorrow and your source of income is gone. You see what I'm saying? That's how crazy the world is. The world's so crazy right now, you could wake up and the source of income is gone. How you was making money, don't make money no more. I've known so many people where their source of income has been challenged over the past 4 years. Man, from and I'm talking about people who work in Wall Street to niggas who sell drugs. All of them, they money been different. They money been different. So while you sitting up here playing and you having 20 bitches, dog, you can wake up tomorrow and the way you make money don't exist no more. So that's why it's like, as much as people saying negative stuff about men and women and women is this and men is that, it's like, dude, trust me, these times gonna make a nigga better. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think, let's say for instance, okay, nigga out there playing, you go take a chick out, think about you taking a chick out. You take her out, you're gonna be out of $500 minimum. Feeding and fucking. That's $500 right there. How many times you gonna do that? How many times you gonna do that? How many times you gonna feed and fuck a motherfucker? Then you realize the time that you wasting doing that shit. Like, you gotta think, you see a chick, okay, she look good, you pressing her, you want her, but just think about the fact that all that time you didn't spent talking to her, you ain't got no real intentions, nigga, you could have spent that other time making some bread. Of course, niggas like, it's pleasure, but if you got a girl, that's what your girl's supposed to be there for, is your pleasure. You ain't got to go out there and chase that shit. Granted, sometimes people do that shit, but what I'm saying is that we don't live in a world where that shit really cool to chase a whole bunch of women. You know what I'm saying? You see a woman, they look good, admire how they look, and keep that shit pushing. Because at the end of the day, if you don't got real intentions with that person, you really ain't nothing gonna happen. We are not that comfortable right now to be sitting up there trying to just chase sex out of somebody. Now, you need to be chasing support. You need to be chasing, you know what I'm saying, nurturing. You need to be chasing a friend. You need to chase somebody to make you happy. Chasing sex and everything, that shit get old, man. And you look at all these dudes that's facing sexual allegations, man. Every time a dude is involved with a sexual allegation, notice how none of them are married. None of them are married. Every time it's a sexual allegation, none of niggas was married. Same thing in rap, right? Notice how every rapper that was killed, none of them was married. None of them was really married. So you got to think about that shit. Men that's married and stick close to their woman, you gonna avoid a lot of trouble, man. You gonna avoid a lot of trouble. You ain't got to force yourself on no woman if you got a wife. If a woman rejects you, cool, shit, you married. You ain't got no business talking to her anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Cosby was probably the only oddball, but everybody knew Cosby was married for the sake of it. He ain't want that woman. Cosby ain't want his wife. My point in saying this shit is that a lot of people don't know, like, your wife, your woman, she gonna keep you out of trouble, man. She gonna keep you out of trouble. And a lot of these men out there chasing shit end up chasing the damn coffin. Niggas really chasing caskets. Because at the end of the day, man, you sit there, let's say you meet somebody. That's like I'm at the airport right now, right? And I go see a chick, she look good, cool. I'm trying to talk to her. Now I got to get this person my time. Then I get this person my time, then what? Then what after that? Okay, you fucked, but then what after that? You ain't really had no intentions. Look how much time you just wasted. You just wasted a lot of time. That's just feeding yourself with the ego pleasure ain't gonna never pay off as a man. Ain't gonna never pay off. And every dude I know that's up there chasing shit, every dude I know that's up there chasing people, every dude that's up there on drugs or all that shit, them the kind of people that end up, when they get older, they get old fast. Like, that shit get old fast. So that's why I say, you can't sit up there and be thinking like, you know, that all of that stuff is cool to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta get some money, man. Because you're gonna wake up tomorrow, man, and you're gonna realize that the way you was making money, you ain't gonna be able to make that no more. And I think a lot of people don't know that. We so comfortable. See, we didn't spend years of the race baiting and the race battles, the gender wars now. We ain't even got no space to fight each other no more. It ain't about to be no space for each other. It ain't about to be. Prisons is full. They letting niggas out. They letting murderers out. They letting rapists out. They letting niggas that's supposed to never get out, they letting them out because they ain't got enough funding. They ain't got enough money. Our government is running out of money for prisons. Because it costs money for niggas to be in prison. I hope y'all know that. It actually costs money. Them lights, all that shit, it costs money. So, just know that. But when people get on these internet and you see people talking in these podcasts and all that kind of shit like that, when you see these people talking, they talking negative, man, they doing that because they feel like it gets them views. That's why they do it. It gets them views. And then once that shit gets them views, then what? Then what? They're going to spread more evil, spread more hate. And then what? You feed into it. You know, I seen a dude that say, hey, 70% of women, got a backup plan with a man. My nigga, until you done went and questioned every fucking woman on the planet, you do not know whether it's 70%. See, people think taking an educated guess is actually right. How can you sit up there and say 70% of anything and you don't know 70% of women in your own city? You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't even know 70% of women in their neighborhood. They don't know them. So it's like, niggas gotta think. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gotta really think. If you ain't thinking about that, shit ain't gonna never make sense. So always be people spitting out negativity. There always be people talking shit and saying this and saying that, and it's not really true. Because I said, don't let these podcasts influence you negatively. A lot of times that shit is just them projecting, because it is good men out here, and it is good women out here. It is people that you can build with and have partners with. It just, when you see people regurgitate everything they hear off the internet, then that's not a real human being. You know what I'm saying? Niggas that hear a podcast, let's say a dude say they high value, right? Niggas be talking about they a high value man. A man that got value ain't got to tell you. That's just like a man who rich. A man who got purpose ain't got to tell you he got purpose. You gonna see it through his actions. You gonna see it in the way he move. So I always tell women, if a nigga tell you he high value, run from him, because his mind is on some. He you know what I'm saying? You in Miami, I got AK Sunny Party King. That's work, man. So, hit my DM, Lavish Dre. Yeah, them podcasts be wrong as hell. Like, they be people who never was even in a serious relationship. They be people who don't even want a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So they get out there and spread that negativity. Like, I seen women be fake. Like, niggas say, a woman don't respect a man that's rich. Shit, I know most rich niggas I know, they wives don't cook. Their girlfriends don't cook. Most rich niggas' girlfriends don't cook. Nigga, they eat out. So that's why it's like, people think rich men get cheated on. A lot. Rich men get cheated on more than broke niggas. I've seen more women be more faithful and loyal to a nigga that done nothing for them than a man that done everything. It's the truth. People think, oh, man, I got to get rich so these women respect me too. Rich niggas get cheated on the most. You know why? Because the number one thing is time. The number one thing is time. The number one thing you gonna always not have as a nigga that got money is time. And that's the main reason why a man gonna lose a woman is because of time. Women ain't gonna fuck around on you for no other reason but time, my nigga. I'm telling you. You could cheat on this boy. You could cheat on a woman every damn day. They might forgive you, but time is something they don't forgive you for, because women and children value that. A child values time. You got kids that don't respect that don't respect their parents, even when their parents do well for them, it's because they ain't put in that time. You got to put in time with your spouse. You got to put in time with them. You got to shut down days. You got to shut down holidays. You got to be able to, you know what I'm saying, want to go traveling with them. Because that's going to be the reason why. Because once you don't put time into a woman or a child, they're going to feel like you don't love them. See, as men, we understand that we ain't going to have time with each other. We men. I got partners that I ain't seen in 2 years, but we talk all the time, and I love him. If I need him, he going to pull up. But that's not how women is. That's not how children is. You don't make time for a woman or children, what's going to end up happening is they're going to end up finding somebody else to get them that time. They're not saying that, you know, when you're busy, they're just going to fuck around and do shit. Like, nah. But within the time that you do have, if you don't make time for them, then they're going to see that. Opportunities where you could have, you know, chilled with them, you know, put your phone down. It's a lot of things about that. And a lot of people think, like, it's just making money. Making money is not going to make people happy. Making money just going to open the door for more new problems. And the main problem that people who got money have is time. They always got time problems. They missing birthdays. They missing graduations. They missing Valentine's Day, Christmas, New Year's. They missing all that kind of shit. They gone 30, 40 days. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to make time. So that's why I say, if you're a man and you want to be wealthy, hey, don't think a woman gonna respect you because you got some damn bread. That's cool. She gonna leave. I watch tons women walk away from money all the time, every day. Every day a woman walks out of a relationship where it was money. Every day a woman does. No bullshit. Women have walked away from more niggas that got money than niggas who don't. Women have been more faithful to men that don't have money than men that don't. Because a man may not have a lot of money, but if you're giving your time, that means a lot. Okay, you got a Benz for your birthday, but the man ain't talking to you all day. Okay, for Valentine's Day, you got 10,000 roses. You see what I'm saying? You got 10,000 roses. But with the 10,000 roses, that man had to leave early because he had to go do something with somebody else and do all of this stuff. So that's why you got to understand, like, women see that. It's like a kid. A kid may be like, yeah, you bought me video games, but you didn't make it to my basketball game. Your son not gonna respect you. Or you buy him new Jordans all the time. The new Jordans come out, you get them the Jordans. But you miss their graduation. And that's the kind of things that kids see, man. That's the kind of things that kids and women value. Women and children value time. It's always time. And you got to put that in whenever you can. Like, even if you only available one day. If you only available to be with your girl one day, then you better make sure that day is all completely her day. That's the kind of shit you got to do when you got bread. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times people don't realize that, you know, that's what a person be thinking about. That's what goes through a person's mind. You know what I'm saying? But that's the part that people don't tell you. They get on these podcasts and just get to talking. They don't be knowing the truth.